Today is March 20th, Friday, and it's 9:30 p.m. right now. It's day 8 of quarantine here in Oslo, and after almost 8 days we have stepped out of our homes to get some fresh air. It was only for groceries that we used to step out, and finally we have stepped out. We have not only gotten groceries, but we have come out for a bit of walk, and the streets right now are absolutely deserted. The pedestrians on the road are pretty low, and this is the park, as you can see, for kids. So we have been home and we have been binge watching a lot of shows. We have seen pandemic series because we are living in times of pandemic, and we saw this show, the late night show with Stephen Colbert, and he had invited this doctor called Sanjay Gupta on his show recently, and he spoke about coronavirus, that how China was able to contain and eradicate it, probably because of the government structure there, because it's an autocracy, dictatorship rule, so it was easier for them to contain it. But the problem with coronavirus is that if it spreads in other countries that have democracy structure, it's going to be very difficult, because geographically it will be a challenge, and also considering the fact that it's a silent disease, the symptoms don't really show up, and the only way we can prevent it from spreading is that people stay indoors, self-quarantine themselves, so that it does not re-emerge until a vaccine shows up and scientists are able to come up with some strong solid measures for it. So yeah, this is the park near our homes. Let me show you. Yeah, this is a beautiful park, and now we are heading home. This is our street. Fresh air. We were dying to get out, even though we were getting some exercise home, but you can't match that feeling with stepping outdoors. It's altogether a different experience. The air is fresh. We're getting some movement. We're getting some sight outside. So yeah, we went to the store called Rema 1000, which is basically like a big bazaar store out here, and it stays open 24/7. So it's a grocery store, and it was pretty empty. There were hardly any people out there. So we bought a bit of grocery, and now we are going home. We're going to stay indoors over the weekend. I'm going to study. We'll cook. We'll watch TV. Probably I'll draw some sketches. I'll eat this man's head. He'll eat my head. That's the plan. In Oslo, you'll find a lot many parks. They have so many parks for kids. Kids are really given a lot of priority, so that's the best part about their public welfare and social welfare system. Kids have always been prioritized in Oslo. So yeah, see, these are the roads. Empty streets. So this is how it is going with us here in Oslo. So everybody was panicking back home after I put up a video on YouTube. So they were like, don't go out, and I told them it's not as bad as in Germany and in Italy. The situation is pretty much in control, but there's one thing about Norway, is that the old people population in Norway is very high. So I was pretty happy the fact that the day it got declared as a pandemic, the government here immediately took the measures, and they acted very seriously and sternly on that, and they implemented the lockdown on time. So yeah, things could have gotten worse, like they have in UK. One of my friends, she called me up today. No, actually she pinged me, and she told me that UK has imposed 3 to 4 months, that's 12 to 16 weeks of lockdown, which they weren't doing initially, considering the fact that they were having this notion of immunity, herd immunity, but that was a disaster. and now even they have gone through a lockdown. So we have a lockdown out here till 26th, but looking at the scenario right now, we are absolutely sure that it's definitely going to get extended. So we are preparing ourselves mentally that this lockdown is not going to end anytime soon. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. How far? So far so fine. We have been dealing well with the quarantine, and hopefully you guys are also staying safe and taking precautions, staying sanitized and staying safe and maintaining social distance back at home, because this is not something anybody should be taking lightly. And it is something that I believe it's a part of a person's character. There's a thing called integrity, which I believe very few people I've met in my life have shown in testing times. And it's not about that something you need to show to the world. It's about yourself. Do the right thing regardless of who's seeing, if not they are seeing. So show some integrity and act wise. Stay indoors until absolutely necessary. Definitely getting some groceries is an exception. Apart from that, please stay indoors. Over and out.